I'm Claude from Wilderness Skills. Welcome to this week's video. In this week's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a knife sharpener from Lansky. It's this little guy here, the Lansky Blademedic. The weight is about 100 grams and the size is 10 centimeters long. It's about 3.5 centimeters high and about 1.4 centimeters thick. It has 4 different sharpeners. It has a diamond covered sharpener. It's about 6.3 centimeters long. Then it has a tungsten carbide sharpener. It has a ceramic sharpener, and it has a serrated ceramic sharpener also. The length of the serrated ceramic sharpener is about 4.3 centimeters. Let's look at how the sharpener works in detail. Down here I have 2 different knives. I have this hunting knife from Gerber. It is already sharpened, but I will still do some demonstrations on this one. Then I have a Leatherman Search, and one of the blades here has a serrated edge. One of the things that Lansky warns about is the tungsten carbide sharpener. It is really rough on the blade and it will take off a lot of metal from the blade, and I'll just demonstrate this. What's really important is when you place your blade, you place it at an angle, 90 degrees here, and then draw directly back and have moderate pressure. So you either do it like this, or if you turn it around, you have a bit of grip here. But by putting a moderate press and pulling the knife back, I'll actually tear off a lot of metal, as you can see here on the paper. Probably see all the black dots here. That is actually metal scraped off the knife. So it's really aggressive. So it's only meant for a really dull knife. Then we have the ceramic blade. Again, moderate pressure, and just draw the knife back, and it goes really easy here. Yeah, really sharp. The grit on the ceramic sharpeners is a 1000 grit, and here on the diamond sharpener it is 600 grit. You can also use the serrated ceramic sharpener on a normal knife, doing like this. What you should be aware of is when you do it the other way, be really careful that you don't cut yourself. So you can either do it like this, or you can switch hands and again do it away from yourself. It is a little bit harder, but with some training it is quite possible. Let's look at the serrated sharpener. As you probably can see, it's getting like a triangle up here on the top. Let's take out the serrated blade. So as you can see here, the sharpener fits perfectly both in the small serrations but also in the larger one. And then it's just a matter of time how sharp you want the blade to be. After sharpening all the serrations, you might get a small burr here on the reverse side. You just remove this by dragging the ceramic sharpener on top of that, and then you'll get a really sharp edge here on the serrations. Really great. Same goes for the diamond covered sharpener. You can either use this for a normal knife or with the serrations. The diamond covered sharpener is held here by a magnet. Doesn't come off, really great. And the diamond sharpener here can also be used for gut hooks and fishing hooks. So that's a really nice feature on this one. What's also really great is if you have a lot of dirt or grit, metal filings down here on the carbide, or you see the ceramic sharpeners have started to be a little bit black. You can either clean them up by using the Lansky eraser block, or you can actually take the Blademedic apart by loosening these two screws here. Now you have full access to all the blades, and you can just take them up and clean them out. Really nice feature on this small knife sharpener here. Looking at my own experiences with this knife sharpener from Lansky, some of the cons that I've noticed is that if you're not aware of the tungsten carbide, how rough it is on your knife, then you can potentially ruin your knife, or at least you can remove a lot of metal from your knife. Lansky actually states that in the manual, that you should be careful when using the tungsten carbide. But if you're like me, you sharpen your knife first and then you look in the manual later. So you might potentially at least take a lot of metal out of your knife. You need to be aware of that. The Blademedic also have a small hole here for a lanyard. I've never used that. I just put it in my pocket or in my backpack. Another of the cons is the fixed angle on the sharpeners. It is 22.5 degrees, and I know it's a pretty common angle for a hunting or a fishing knife. If you look at the different angles on knife blades, well, a normal kitchen knife is between 17 to 22 degrees. And that means it's really sharp, but it doesn't stand up to a lot of abuse, and it gets dull quite fast. But it is easy to make sharp again using a knife sharpener. A fishing knife, outdoor type knife, is normally between 22 to 30 degrees. That means it has a good blade and a good sharpness, and it can stand a lot of abuse, and it will take a long time before it gets dull. So this one is just above the 22 degree mark at the 22.5 degree. So it is pretty good for outdoor and fishing. And that's actually some of the pros that I'm starting to wander into. It is a 4-in-1 sharpener. You have the tungsten carbide for a really dull blade. Then you have the ceramic sharpener for refreshing your sharpness. You have the serrated edge blade. And then you have the diamond sharpener for either gut hooks or also for the serrated knives. So it is a really multi-function tool here. It's quite small, only 100 grams, and it is to To me, it looks really, really sturdy. It's made out of metal. The only plastic that I could find in this sharpener is the small thing holding the diamond sharpener. That is the only plastic stuff that I can find. So I could imagine that it is a really, really tough piece of gear here. And they will have a fixed place either on myself or in my backpack when I'm out hiking. If I have to give this a grade, looking at the price compared to the quality, well, I could find this online to close to about $10, and I think that is really, really cheap for a multifunction tool like this. So I'll give this a grade of 9. What brings the grading down is the Tungsten Carbide sharpener here. If you're not aware of it, it will take a lot of metal out of your knife. Again, if you know anything about the sharpening, I'm not saying that I'm an expert, and a lot of you will probably say that I'm sharpening my knife wrong. But if you don't know anything about tungsten carbide, be really careful, because it will just take a lot of metal out of your knife. The other one is the fixed angle on the two sharpeners, the tungsten carbide and the ceramic sharpener here. That is what brings the grading down. Looking at the usability, I will also give this a solid 9. There is a lot of pros. It's a 4-in-1. It's small. It's really sturdy, and it's just handy to have in your backpack or in your pocket when you're out hiking. And if you just need to sharpen your knife or resharpen your knife really fast, it is perfect using that. So this will definitely have a place in my backpack, and I can easily recommend this to anyone who needs a small sharpener. That's all that I had to tell you about the Lansky Blademedic. In next week, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my pants I'm wearing. It's a pair of Lundhags, really great pair of pants. So if you want to see that video and my coming videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.